My name is Quam. This is my wife, Missy Quam. Our son Tony has autism. He had it since age 3 when he found out. And this is our daughter, Amanda. And we are the Quams.
Thank you for this interview. I appreciate your time, guys. Describe Tony in detail and how autism has affected his and your life.
Well, he's a fun-loving kid. He he likes things his way. He's a big lover. He loves everybody. He's very friendly. I would say autism changed our life. It kind of opened our eyes to understand what it is and understand our son.
You have to learn more to have open ears and open hearts and open minds when you have a son with autism, because that is it's a game changer. It's something you have to adjust to.
How old was Tony when you found out he had autism?
He was 3 years old.
3 years old.
Yeah.
3 years old. Did you have someone tell you this, or did you think of it yourself? How did you find out?
We were going through a program, Healthy Kids of the High Desert, and the worker that dealt with us had an autistic son and mentioned that with his delaying and talking that it would be worth to go in and get it checked out and that he might have it.
Her name's Candy. We're a really sweet lady, a real go-getter.
So how did you meet her?
Through the High Desert.
The
Healthy Kids of the High Desert.
Okay. So did you find that online, or did you look it up in the phone book, or did a friend refer that to you?
I think it's through the hospital. When we had Tony being a first-time parent, they offered this program to us, and we went with it. The first caseworker we had through that was a real nice lady, but then we introduced Candy, and she's a real go-getter, and she's been with us since, and she noticed just little similarities and things that would be with autism, and brought us one day on one of her visits. And me being a dad here, I was kind of skeptical. Like, I can't have my son have this. He's got to be normal. Did you,
Missy, think that he may have been autistic before anyone said anything?
No. I mean, I was looking for other signs that you hear of what they're like, and he didn't seem like any of that to me, but...
Because he makes really good eye contact, especially towards the camera.
Yeah.
You know, my son Oliver, he wouldn't look at the camera, you know. So I'm curious, what are some of the things that that gave this gal the impression that, hey, you know, Tony might have some learning disabilities. Maybe he's on the autism spectrum. I would assume he's probably in the Asperger spectrum, not autism. Would that be correct? Or do they think he's more towards the autism spectrum?
I think more toward the autism
Really?
spectrum. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. So are there any other programs are you involved in right now? And do you know the teachers? Like, where does he go to school right now?
He goes to school Alice Hatch.
Alice Hatch Center. Okay.
His teacher is Julie Johnson.
Yep.
Julie Johnson.
It's her stepping stone.
Stepping Stones program through Julie Johnson. Excellent. Excellent. So, when you guys found out about autism in your family, did you do any homework on your own? Did you read any books or went online? And, you know, describe kind of the process of what you've been through to find education inside your home.
Myself, I was recommended a book by you, James, and I started reading that book, and it gave me a lot of openness. And Missy did a lot of web searching on autism and did her homework, and so we kind of read into it. We sat down, talked about it, and we were just like, well, we're gonna have to. We'll love Tony no matter what, and we welcome this full on. Arms wide open, let's just bring it on, we're ready for this.
I think the book that you mentioned is Look Me in the Eye. Is that the book?
That's the
yeah,
one.
that's a great book. I forgot the author. I'll throw it up on the video later. But yeah, that's a great book. And do you feel when you were online and you were searching for autism and all about it, do you think you found enough information, or do you think that it still isn't prevalent out there?
Just wasn't.
I think it explains okay, but I think that there's still a lot more to it that.
A lot of different details, everything that could be we needed. It was fine enough to give us the information, but we want somewhere with a full detail, more things, more everything. We want more.
Information
and knowledge and everything else. There was enough information that gave us fine to kind of put us at ease. Yeah.
And I kind of understand him a little bit more.
And Tony's your first child.
Yes.
And when you found out you had autism and you started just going through normal life, have you had to change anything in your lifestyle? Have you had to make any accommodations for his autism?
I think mainly for our dad's side, it's patience. Patience is something you have to be with. Because he tries to say something, and you can look at him like, what did you say? And sign language is another great thing. Missy, my wife, is picking up. I'm fully picking up. Okay, Tony, ring, all the stuff that you thought you could go with. It has to be a more of a broader thing. Yeah, it's something totally different. It's an eye-opening experience.
So Tony doesn't really speak to you in sentences, right?
He does now.
He does now.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
starting to say a lot more and more clearer what he wants.
Okay. But when you first found out that he may have autism, or on the autism spectrum, was he speaking then?
A very little.
Very little.
So he's pretty quiet.
Yes.
Okay.
He'd babble. He's obviously vocal, but he just, things weren't clear, and he really wasn't saying many words together. It'd be the occasional mama, dada, nana, papa, but nothing real of what he wanted. He didn't do juice or drinks or, so, but now he's being at Alice Hatch, he's actually saying things in sentences.
Really?
He's telling us what drink he actually wants.
That's awesome.
Colors,
Tony, honey.
Tony, if you could do me a favor, make sure you don't hit the camera, okay? Thank you. Good job. Thank you so much for sitting. So, give me an idea of a meltdown with Tony. What happens during the process?
Screams, cries, throws things.
really red, when he gets really movable, gets really angry, it's like, okay, we gotta step back. We do the count to 10 trick. Missy, my wife, and it's a Susan voice. We try and make a compromise with what you're saying. Try and make a compromise with something. Yeah. You can't do this, but if you wait till tomorrow, we can do it. Like, go play with cousins or nephews or playground. If you can tomorrow, you can play all you want to. Just a compromise is the biggest word, and the biggest thing we can be is calm.
Can you describe a meltdown and what entails? Describe, if you can remember the last meltdown he had, what happened? He screamed?
He screams, sometimes he'll drop down to the ground and
pouch.
Yeah,
Okay.
Pouting, yes, he gets
depending on, the time of the day and what's going on. Sometimes he'll just sit there and go, and cross his arms and go, no!
Okay.
And get louder and louder. Some meltdowns are getting louder and louder. Like, Tony, we've got to play the opposite. Tony, you got to calm down. It's all right. We'll work out. Mommy will do this. I will do that. There's got to be calm. You can't just be mad. And then he gets a little bit physical sometimes with some of his meltdowns. He gets a little bit pushy. It's like, okay, Tony, you can't do this.
Okay. Have you done any techniques? I remember Alice Hatch, when Oliver was going there, they had a weighted vest that they put on him. Have you guys tried anything like a weighted vest, or to hold him really tight to comfort him? Has anything like that worked? Pressure points?
Yeah, I do. I'll make him stand there near me until he settles down, and then when he settles down, he'll actually tell you what he wanted and what was bothering him, and then we talk through it. Then you just gotta hold him and get him settled down, and then he'll calm down and tell me what he wants.
Okay. Describe his sleeping patterns. Does he sleep all night?
Usually, lately he'll wake up, he'll come in the room with me, and then he'll sleep the rest of the time.
Yeah.
Wow, so you guys are really blessed to have a full night's sleep.
Most part. But getting him to sleep is a different chore itself.
Sometimes it takes a little bit, and sometimes it's fast.
Yeah. What kind of education stuff are you doing, like programs at home that you think or you find that are helping Tony in his education status?
We get educational books. We got things with letters and numbers and animals and that's helping him learn his letters and his numbers. and we do watch a little bit of there's some cartoons he likes that are good for shapes and numbers and colors and stuff that he watches those as well.
Okay. When the television's on, does he pay attention to it?
Yes.
He does?
Yes.
For how long?
If you let him, he'll sit there almost all day.
All day, really? Do you find you have to pull him out of that situation just so he can concentrate on, kind of getting pulled out of his, autism traits?
Occasionally, yeah.
Yeah.
Usually he's pretty good if you turn something off. He'll kind of throw a little fit like that, and then then he's good.
Buddy. You gotta keep this on, okay?
Okay. When you have to confront him with the word no, how does that affect Tony's behavior after you say no?
It depends on what he's into, and most of the time if you tell him no, he'll just go okay. Walk off and find something else to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes there's the fit.
Yeah.
Does he ever sit and just hang out and play?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Does he?
That's the one thing we try to raise him. He could be right here, or he can go in his room, lay on the side, set up, play with his cards, read books. Whatever he wants to do, we allow him to do it.
Have you guys changed his food habits or food intake? I know there's been a lot of studies about a gluten-free diet. Have you done anything like that to change, to maybe help his autism, to clear his head? Has there been any studies you've seen, or is there anything that you've changed in your household that may have made a difference in his autism?
Not overly. We try to get him to eat the healthy foods, and we notice the more active he is, the more calm.
What advice would you give to parents now who either have people mentioning to them that they think that their kid may have autism, or that someone in a professional area said that they might have autism? What advice would you give parents now to help them in the future?
Definitely get them in there, get the child in and get them checked out, and if they have it, then take the proper steps and get it taken care of, and love them. Just let the kid know that you love them, and nothing can change the way that you love them, even with the little milestone in their life.
Yeah. Just be open-hearted, open-minded, open everything. It is a changer, but it doesn't have to be a total changer. It just opens your heart and love your children more. So.
Thank you so much for your time, guys. I really, really appreciate it.